Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Designs by Dana. I am Dana and I'm also Close to My Heart consultant. I'm currently working through the Christie's Beautiful Life 30-day challenge for October, and I'm working on day 17 right now. This is the sketch, and I apologize because I cannot read who it's from. It looks like it might say Miss Carrie's Creations or creating.com. So I apologize if I've got that wrong. It's kind of written in cursive, so it's hard to see. But it's a really cute sketch. I really like this layout. I love to work with tags, so I'm excited to play around with this one. I'm going to pull in my picture here. This is the picture that I'm going to work with, and I thought it would go quite well with the sketch. This picture is very exciting because it is the day that I started my own LLC company, went into business for myself. So this is my Missouri business license for the LLC. And I took this picture to post on LinkedIn to let everybody know that exciting things were happening and I was starting my own company. So I wanted to scrapbook that and make sure I captured that in my memories. So I'm going to put this away for now and gather up my papers, and let's see what we can come up with. Okay, I've decided to use the Flower Shop paper packet and sticker sheet, which is available in the current core catalog. I'm going to tack down the edges of my paper, and I cut this sample cardstock out of retired cardstock, and it's 9.5 by 9.5. So I'm going to place it here kind of offset in the corner using my T ruler to line it up. And I'm taping that down as well because I want to draw a line around this square, and I'm going to use my blue navy lapel pin. Now I've got that nice crisp line drawn. I can bring in the rest of my pattern papers and do a dry fit. Notice how I just cut that piece small enough to tuck under, and I'm going to end up cutting that stripe piece down into a tag. All of my papers are inked with charcoal ink because I always like to ink my pattern papers. That's one of my signature touches. Now up here in the corner, I'm going to fold that down. So I'm using my Versamat to measure 1.5 inches on each side and use my bone folder to get a nice crisp fold there. Then what I'll do later off camera is put a piece of that sapphire pattern paper behind there. Now I've got everything glued down, and it's time to do the fun part and embellish. I want to use one of these pink strips down here. My hack for that is to measure, which is 7.5 inches here, and then slightly cut up just far enough to get the first line that I want. Then I can peel off the sticker, and in this case I do want to go ahead and ink the edges with my charcoal ink to be consistent. So I'm going to bring in my charcoal ink and my sponge and go ahead and ink those edges. Now, some people may prefer to use their anti-static pouch and turn the sticker into a die cut so it's not so sticky during this process. That does not bother me, so I'm just inking and repositioning the sticker on my fingers as I go along. That will allow me to just adhere the sticker right onto my page when I'm finished. Now up in this top corner, I'm going to put my title. The title I have designed for the layout is Becoming an Entrepreneur. I cut this out on the Cricut using toffee cardstock, and I cut it out 4 times and layered my cardstock. Crazy, right? With these tiny letters. The bottom layer I did use adhesive sheets for, so they'll be easy to adhere to the page. Now as I'm laying this out, I realize I'm missing an E. So pop quiz, how many of you can spell entrepreneur without looking it up and double checking the spelling? I looked it up to make sure that I had the correct spelling. When I scrapbook, everything always looks wrong to me. Here I'm noticing I'm missing an E. I'm sure it's on the floor somewhere, so I'll just keep moving on and leave a space here. You can tell I'm looking around for that E, but there's a gap and we'll keep going. Now for the rest of the title, I went into my stash and I found these nice matching letters with the same toffee colored background. There's that missing E. It was on the floor. Bringing in the rest of my embellishments that I picked out. So this is the Missouri State Seal. I went to Google and pulled it up, printed it out like a photo, and used my circle thin cuts to cut it out. Now I'm just going to embellish or audition some embellishments throughout the layout. Up here in the corner, I put a piece of foam tape behind that fold so it will pop up a little bit and look more like a natural fold back. Then I can glue my button down to adhere it. I'm pulling some pieces out that I thought I might use. We'll see how it ends up as I go along. I also want to look at my sticker sheet to see if there's anything on there that I think that I might use. There's some nice tags on here and some little pieces I think I might use for journaling and around my photos. So I'm definitely going to come back to the sticker sheet to pull some things out. Now for my tag, I never want to leave a naked tag, so I pulled out some gingham ribbon and I think that will work well. Let's get this glued down. Okay, I've got everything glued down here. I wanted to show you this spot here, and I really struggled with how I wanted to embellish it. I think the layout would be okay as it is, but I love to embellish, so I wanted something to go in this area. Now I wanted to show you a couple options that I auditioned and toyed with. So I originally had this Celebrate Today on here, and I just wasn't quite sure that I liked that very much. So then I came in, oops, I'm gonna leave that embellishment there, but I found this sticker that had the typewriter, and I thought, well, that's not bad. And I kind of played around with, you know, put it down here, put it over here, maybe up here and tuck it under the photo and do something like that. I did end up stamping the word celebrate on there, which would allow me to get rid of the die cut. And I just wasn't loving that darkness of the black typewriter. So I ended up nixing that idea, and I ended up deciding to get rid of the Celebrate Today because I just couldn't get into buying into that. So in the end, what I decided to do is use a couple more stickers off of my sticker sheet from the paper packet that I'm using. The now I'm drawing a blank on the name of it, but Flower Shop. I wanted to say Info Bloom, and I knew that was wrong. Flower Shop sticker sheet and paper packet. So I decided, you know, being an entrepreneur and working from home is living the sweet life and homemade happiness. So I decided to go with those two stickers and just put those on. So I'm gonna just wrap that up and put those on real quick. But I wanted to show you kind of how I contemplated that decision. And maybe if you had a different opinion, you can leave me some comments and let me know what your thoughts are. Now, as I finish up, I'm just going to bring in some of my sapphire dots and my white dots and add just a few more dots around the layout as well, just to kind of wrap that up. Oops, it stuck to my finger. There we go. And then we'll just finish it all up together. And like I said, I love to embellish, so like to have all of my different types of embellishments all over the layout and mix and match. So you can see I'm mixing and matching the different pieces throughout. And I'm bringing in the white and the blue because obviously I can't put the blue on the white paper and vice versa. I'm just kind of playing around with these here. And I really think that's probably all I need. So I'm pretty content with the decision I made on those embellishments, and I like those strips there. So I kept fairly true to the sketch, but I did move my embellishment cluster to this corner instead of this corner. I tend to like it better there because I've got this up here and it kind of offsets that a little bit. I did put my little stickers here. What I did is I put them on one piece of cardstock and then trimmed it down. So I put a couple layers of cardstock under there to make it pop up as well. So I hope you like that. I really appreciate you watching today. And if you did like it, please hit that like button and the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. And we will see you next time. Have a great day.